Imagine you've spent 5 years designing a critical satellite component, a sensor that needs to survive the harsh conditions of launch and the rigors of space. You're ready to test it, but there's a massive problem. You can't easily do it in the United States. For the past few years, the US has seen its commercial microgravity flight capability constrained. If you wanted a parabolic flight to simulate these conditions, you've often had to look overseas. But this week, a major shift occurred. Starfighters Space and MUJI Technologies have joined forces to respond to a NASA request for information focused on future microgravity flight capability. This isn't just a business partnership, it's a strategic move to rebuild critical domestic infrastructure that the American space industry has been missing. Today, we're looking at what this means for the future of aerospace testing. To understand why this partnership matters, we have to look at the hardware. NASA's Armstrong Flight Research Center recently issued an RFI, a request for information, specifically looking for novel or non-traditional flight platforms to provide microgravity and reduced gravity services. MUJI Technologies is stepping up with a modified Dassault Falcon 50. Now, why this plane? It's a versatile, reliable business jet platform. But with MUJI's specialized control systems, it's being converted into a laboratory. By modifying the flight controls and integrating proprietary flight monitoring tech, they are aiming to achieve the high-precision environments that researchers need, environments that require extremely precise flight control compensation to minimize turbulence and vibration.
The brilliance of this deal isn't just the plane, it's the location. Starfighters Space is hosting this operation at their second major site, the Midland International Air and Spaceport in Texas. Think about the synergy here. Starfighters operates one of the most unique commercial supersonic flight platforms in the industry with their fleet of F-104 Starfighters. By bringing the MUJI Falcon 50 to the same hangar, they are creating a 4-environment testing hub. Microgravity from the Falcon 50, reduced gravity, lunar Martian simulation, high-G, evaluating structural and avionics performance under extreme acceleration loads, supersonic, using the F-104s to test how components behave at Mach 2+. For a defense contractor or a space startup, this is a game changer. Instead of shipping your hardware across the country to different vendors, you go to one facility in Midland. This one-stop shop model is exactly what the aerospace infrastructure market needs as we transition to a more agile, high-cadence development cycle.
Why is this critical for the broader industry? As we've discussed on this channel before, the future of warfare and space exploration isn't just about one big rocket. It's about the system of systems, the underlying tech that enables it. Whether it's autonomous drone swarms or next-gen hypersonic platforms, the barrier to entry is testing. Starfighter CEO Tim Fronta and MUJI founder Robert S. Ward are capitalizing on a 30-year professional relationship to bridge that gap. By combining Starfighter's operational muscle, the ground crews, chase planes, and regulatory expertise, with MUJI's microgravity research expertise, they are positioning themselves to be a primary choice for government and commercial contracts. This partnership is a signal. The US government has realized that it cannot rely on international providers for testing its own space hardware. When NASA asks for novel platforms, it's a green light for companies like Starfighters and MUJI to innovate. I'll be watching this closely as the modified Falcon 50 progresses through flight testing and regulatory approval. If the program succeeds, we could be looking at the revival of a critical domestic microgravity testing capability. What's your take? Does the US aerospace sector have enough infrastructure to keep pace with the demand for rapid innovation, or are we still playing catch-up? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. Don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the hardware and strategy behind the next generation of space tech.